All right. Good morning, guys. Good morning and welcome back to my. So I'll be uploading this session to my YouTube channel, guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Those who are watching session on my YouTube channel. And morning, everyone, guys. Thanks for joining with such a short notice. In today's session, we are going to discuss what is Jenkins and what is CI/CD, what is Jenkins, and how to integrate this Jenkins and JMeter, or how to run Jenkins job, or how to run JMeter scripts by using a Jenkins job, and what is the purpose of what is the CI/CD and what is the whole purpose of this. Okay, what is the whole purpose of integrating and running these or what is this CI/CD with Jenkins and JMeter, right? So those who already joined the training, so we discussed many times that application development is a continuous process, right? So we discussed many times, like I mentioned that in your class notes document, right? So most of the applications, will be developed continuously and updated continuously, or they will be doing some bug fixing, or they will be adding some new features, isn't it? So application development is a continuous process. Okay. 1 second. Let me open any other class notes document. Okay. Maybe I did not note down in your class notes, but we discussed that, every time that application development is a continuous process, isn't it? It's an ongoing process. Every, like every sprint, some new feature will be added or some bug fixes will be done. So, so, yeah, I see someone joined with display name as Ram. Who is this? Right. So application development is an ongoing or continuous process. And every sprint, like in every sprint, developers add some new feature, or they fix some bugs or defects, right? So it is a ongoing activity, isn't it? Now, so when developers are adding, so when developers want to add some new feature, they will write some new Java class. If you assume that it is a Java application, so they will add some new Java class, or they will modify some new Java class, or if it is a .NET application, right? So they will make some code changes, and as and when these code changes are done, they will they have to check in their code to some SCM tool. Okay, they will check in that code, or they will check in that code to some SCM tool, where SCM stands for source code management, or source code control, or source code management. Okay. So now once those code changes are pushed to that SEM tool, right? Or once those code changes are pushed into, let's say, a test environment. Now, build automation automatically, the build should be done. The software build should be done. Now, what is meant by build means running that, that source code into machine executable code is called as building the code. I mentioned it somewhere over here. Let me go there once. Building the code means nothing but, like converting that source code into, 1 second. Yeah. So once developers push their code into SCM, means source code management tool, they need to compile and build their code. They need to compile and build their code, and the code needs to build cleanly before you can even think about deploying out to your environments for testing and production, right? So the code need to be built cleanly. What is meant by build? So what is meant by build? So for the code will be first compiled, and then it will be converted into runnable code or machine specific code. Okay, that is called as building the building the code. Okay. Now, coming back to this, yeah. So that should happen automatically. And then unit test automation, and it can also include integration testing here. So unit testing, integration testing, all these should be done. And then deployment should happen automatically. Okay. So all these, once the developer will focus only on writing the code. And now once the code is developed, right? So the remaining process should happen automatically. Means once the build is pushed into SCM tool, source code management tool, the converting that, compiling that code and, building the code should be done automatically. And for that, we have some tools like Gradle and Maven, etc. Right? So we'll not go into those concepts. Now, once developer unit tests their code to ensure that functionality they are building works as expected, they will use some, for doing unit testing, they will use some tools like JUnit, etc. JUnit is the unit testing tool. Now, once that is done, right? So automatically, like, that code should be built, and it that all the testing should be done automatically. And this is called as continuous integration. Continuous integration means it will monitor the source code repositories, run builds whenever code changes are detected. So this continuous integration, what is meant by continuous integration? To monitor the source code repositories and to run the builds whenever some code changes are detected, right? And then run the tests against compiled software. Run all the tests: unit testing, acceptance testing, automation testing, performance, integration, right? All these tests should be run automatically, right? And then generate artifacts. Generate artifacts means binaries, documentation, installation packages. So these are all, these are developer specific terms. But I believe you got a high level overview. What is meant by continuous integration? Or any queries? Guys, any queries here, guys?
I'm good.
Recording. Okay, so let me repeat it, guys. So, see, any software application, you take WhatsApp or Facebook or Twitter or any software application, or ICICIbank.com or HDFCbank.com. So, all these applications will be developed continuously. Okay, even though they are existing from many years, some new features will be added. We discussed that previously in the regular sessions, that application development is a continuous process, right? And every sprint, like in every sprint, some new feature will be released. Some big feature will be released in every sprint. Now, ante like kotta feature ravali ante like is everyone from Telugu background or anyone from non-Telugu background? I think no one is there from non-Telugu background, right? So,
yes, sir. I am not Telugu.
Who is this Manjusha?
Yes.
Okay. Right. So developers will write some new code every day, daily, almost on a daily basis, or like developer will be writing some new code and they will be checking that code. They will do check-in of that code. Check-in of that code means they will upload that code to some SCM tool, source code management tool. Okay. You need to know something over here. So there will be something called, I'll do one thing. I'll create a class note, separate class notes for this.
Sir, can I ask one question, sir?
Yes.
Sir, is GitHub a source code management tool, sir?
GitHub can be considered as a source code management tool. Yes. So source code management tool. So what is meant by source code management? So all the code that is written by the developers, or even, like, GitHub is, one example, right? So GitHub is one example, and there are, couple of other source code management tools, right? So they are also called as version control tools, VCS tools, version control systems. Okay. So as and when developers write some new code, right, they will do check-in of that code to the source code management tools. Because so like see, developers will write the code in their on their laptop, and they do unit testing, or they will test it. Obviously, whenever they are doing development, they will test whether the code is working fine or not. And now once they confirm that, once they ensure that the code is working fine or not, they will upload their code to some SCM tool, right? Because like the code should be available for everyone in the project. Once the developer writes some code, right, so he or she should not keep it in their laptop, in their office laptop. Yes or no? Hey, what happened? Why this got yeah. Right? So once the developer writes some code, right, they should not, he or she should not keep in their laptop, just keep in their laptop. They need to check in that code to some source code management tool. Understood, guys? So otherwise, what happens, guys? Suppose if the laptop crashes or some laptop was stolen, a developer like while going to home, or they lost their laptop. Now all the code will be gone, right? So ideally, like most of the projects, all of the projects, not most, all of the projects will be using some SCM tool like GitHub or something, and they where all the code, latest code written by the developers will be checked in or stored into. Okay, clear, guys? And now once they write some new code, right, let's say for example, so need not be a new class. For example, it is a Java application. For example, developer modified some Java class. Suppose there is a Java application and there are hundreds or thousands of Java classes. There will be hundreds or thousands of Java classes. Now let's say one of the developer modified one Java class. Now that updated code should be checked into that SCM tool immediately. Once it is verified that it is working fine, right, they need to upload that code to the SCM tool. So once that is done, right, now whenever there are some changes, right, so what is this there comes continuous integration. What is this what does this continuous integration does this, or what is the meaning of continuous integration is, it will monitoring the source code repositories and run builds whenever code changes are detected. ఉన్న కోడ్ లో ఏ చిన్న చేంజ్ చేసినా సరే, లైక్ యాజ్ సూన్ యాజ్ సమ్ there are some code changes, the the project build should happen. Project build means compiling the code, and building the code should be done automatically, and the corresponding test also should be done automatically. Otherwise what happens, if it is manual work, right, by the time that code is written, by the time the code changes are made, right, testing team may not be available, isn't it? The testing team may not be available immediately to test that code. Yes or no, guys? So if this is automated, right, then there is no hassle, or no need to wait for the testing team to start their work. Clear, guys? Everyone? Guys, is it clear or no?
Yes,
Right?
sir.
So all types of testing should be done, like integration testing, functional testing, performance testing, right? All these testing should be done automatically whenever developer makes some code changes. Okay. So, and code changes, developer makes some code changes and push to SCM tool. They upload their code. Once they upload their code. Got it, guys? So that is called as continuous integration. That is called as continuous integration. Is it clear, guys? Now continuous development, and now what is, there is one more term called CD. CD means continuous development and deployment. Continuous development and deployment. Now, so now this code should be automatically, tested, and it should be deployed also. So that is called as CI and CD, or CI/CD. That is called as CI/CD. Okay. You might have seen this in some interviews, right? They will be asking CI/CD with Jenkins. Right, those who are attending interviews, can you share your experience? Are there any questions asked around this? Sairam, or anyone
Yes,
else?
yes, sir. I faced this on this topic in my interviews. They're asking like, do you have experience on CI/CD and the Jenkins pipeline and
Okay,
Azure pipeline?
okay,
So
right, right, okay. So all this process, build automation, like so source code control and build automation, right? Please go, understand this. Once developers push their code into SCM, they need to compile and build their code. They need to compile the code and build their code, right? And there are some build automation tools like Gradle, Maven, etc. We will not go into, like, we need not learn all those, but just remember those names. Gradle and Maven are some build automation tools. If you can remember it. Otherwise, leave it, but understand this concept. Whatever is highlighted, understand or remember this concept, okay? Right? And now unit test automation. Now what should happen now? The developers unit test their code to ensure that functionality they are building works as expected, right? What is unit testing? You know that, right? What is unit testing, guys? We discussed that. We had discussed that in the performance testing fundamental sessions. What is unit testing? So the testing,
Checking the piece of code which is developed.
right? So unit means a small piece of something, a small component of something is called as a unit. So unit testing means testing a small piece of code is called as unit testing. And who does that unit testing?
Developer.
Developers do that unit testing. Developer themselves do that unit testing. We discussed that in performance testing fundamental sessions, isn't it? So unit testing is also called as white box testing, and it is done during the development of an application by the developers, isn't it? A unit can be an individual function, method, class, procedure, module, or object. We had discussed that in and out of that, right? And now, so unit test automation should be done, and then all other testing should be automatically done. And then deployment automation also should be done, right? Deployment automation also should be done. Means the code should be automatically deployed into the environments, into different environments, like you have SIT environment, test environment, right? And so on, pre-prod, R test, and all those, the deployment should happen automatically, right? So this is called as CI/CD, continuous integration, continuous development and deployment. So rundu development and deployment, CD represents both development and deployment. Okay. And now Jenkins is the most popular CI/CD tool, right? So Jenkins is the most, and I think I already explained this one just now. So Jenkins is the most popular CI/CD tool. So so I'll not go into this theory part. This is not required for you. All this theory part is not required for you. These are required for developers. Okay. These are required for developers and not required for you. But you should have a fair idea, like what is this CI/CD? What is the meaning of CI/CD? Right? And Jenkins is a popular build server tool, a CI build server tool, right? And I gave some theory part over here. Sprint after sprint. Sprint after sprint means in each sprint, teams strive not to break the build while delivering incremental features. Means whenever a new feature is added or the existing feature is updated, right? Teams strive to not break the build. Means the build should not be broken or the application should not be broken. But when developers focus completely on adding features, code errors may sometimes creep in and render the software unusable. Means when developer is making some code changes, right? There may be some code errors. They may do some mistakes, and they may creep in. Creep in means they may escape, or creep in ante they may escape, and escape in the sense developers may make some mistakes, some code errors or mistakes, and they will make the software, the complete application will become unusable. The complete application will become unusable. So for that, to stop such errors from being integrated into the SCM, right? A CI server is a gatekeeper that can help keep a tab on the code quality. So even if a code is integrated to SCM, a CI server can quickly tell you what went wrong. For example, there is some code mistake done by developers. So if it is automatically built and it is automatically tested, right, then a continuous CI server, will help us to know what went wrong and where it went wrong. Understood, guys? Otherwise, what happens, guys? If testing team has to do it manually, they need to, suppose developer wrote some code in the evening 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. They made some code changes. This happens in every project. They remember something and they want to make some change, and they may do some code changes at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock or even 11 o'clock. But the whole testing team will not be available to test it immediately, isn't it? Right? they will come on the next day and, like they will start testing at, 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock next day. But till then developer will not have any confirmation whether, the code, if the changes that he made had any bad impact on the application. వాళ్ళు చేసిన కోడ్ చేంజెస్ ఆ టెస్టింగ్ అయ్యేంత వరకు మాన్యువల్ ప్రాసెస్ అయితే గనక నెక్స్ట్ డే అంటిల్ ద టెస్టింగ్ టీమ్, ఆల్ ద టెస్టింగ్ టీమ్ కమ్స్, రైట్, developer will not have an idea like, if there are any adverse, if there is any adverse impact, if there is any adverse impact on the application. Adverse impact means adverse. What is the meaning of adverse impact? Bad
Negative.
impact, negative impact, right? Preventing success or development, harmful or unfavorable. So developer will not know, till that all the testing team comes and do their testing, isn't it? So unlike that, ala kaakunda, if you have some, this 1 second, guys. So unlike that, ala kaakunda, suppose if if any framework is in place like this, if any CI/CD framework is there in place, right? So that will be done automatically. That will be done means here that building the code and testing will done automatically, right? And Jenkins is a popular open source tool to perform continuous integration and build automation. It is a open source. It is a popular open source tool to perform continuous integration and build automation, right? Means continuous integration means any small code change will be integrated into the application, and the build automation will be done automatically. The build development will be done automatically. Okay. Now the basic functionality of Jenkins is to execute a predefined list of steps. Basic functionality of Jenkins is to execute a predefined list of steps. For example, to compile Java source code and build a jar from the resulting classes. ఒకసారి డెవలపర్ చిన్న కోడ్ చేంజ్ చేసినా సరే, ఆ కోడ్ని, ఆ జావా కోడ్ని కంపైల్ చేసిన తర్వాత we'll get Java classes. Once the code is compiled, we'll get Java classes, right? And then all those Java classes will be combined into a jar file. So jar stands for Java archive. Okay. Jar stands for Java archive. Java archive means it is a collection of Java classes. This is nothing but a collection of Java classes. See, you might have seen jar files. You know that, right? You know what is a jar file, yes or no? So let me see. If you take JMeter, for example, JMeter will have a lot of jar files. Let me show you that. If you go to JMeter folder, if you go to library, lib folder, you'll see a lot of Java classes, isn't it? See, these are all, these are nothing but, there are a lot of Java jar files. Observe here. And each jar file will be having a lot of Java classes. And you can see those Java classes also. For example, suppose plugins manager on the, for example, where is that plugins manager? Do you see plugins manager somewhere? I think it will be in ext. Where it will be?
ext folder lo ఉంటుంది, sir.
Right. If you go to lib and ext, you will see that, isn't it? You will see that plugins manager folder, isn't it? This one, JMeter plugins manager.jar. Now you can extract that jar file also. You can extract the jar file and you can see that jar file. What does that jar file contain? Let me try to show you that. 1 second. Let me stop the recording for a moment. So if you have a jar file, if you have a jar file like this, hold on 1 second. Yeah. So this is JMeter plugins.jar file. So what we did is we renamed it as zip file and we extracted it. We had extracted that zip file, and you can see there are a lot of Java classes inside this, right? You see here org Apache commons law, you have there are a lot of Java classes here. Apart from that, you will also have log kuda you have some Java classes, isn't it? So plugins in JMeter plugins also, you'll have a lot of Java classes. If you go to repository, I think there will be a lot of Java classes. Yes, right? So jar file is a collection of Java classes, right? And that is what jar stands for. Jar stands for Java archive. What it is? It is a collection of Java classes. Now going back to this. Yeah. So once a developer makes some code changes, right, that Java code that should be compiled and source code should be built, and they will, you know, they should be added. The changes should be reflected to the jar files. Okay. The trigger for this execution can be time or event based. The trigger for this execution, ante ఇది ఎప్పుడు జరగాలి అంటే, when this should happen is obviously whenever, you know, like a new commit is done in the Git repository. New commit means developer committed some code to the Git repository. Okay. As soon as developer made some code or saved some code, right, to the Git repository, then it can happen. Or it can be a time based also. Or it can be a time based, means for every 60 minutes if this trigger should be done, or if this process should be done, right? So that can be done. That can be done using Jenkins. So in Jenkins, or you know, a Jenkins job can be Jenkins job అంటే ఏంటి, you know, like doing something, right? That is called as Jenkins job. So a Jenkins job can be time based or event based. Please remember this important one. So Jenkins job can be, and we can run any Jenkins job based on some event or based on some time. Okay. And now what is that event? What is meant by event here? Developer pushed some code to production, made some code changes. Developer made some code changes and pushed the code changes into SCM. Pushed that code changes to SCM. So that is the event here. That is what event means here. Clear this? Or else, you know, time based means, you know, they can run this, the Jenkins job can be triggered every 1 hour or, you know, daily, something like that. Then it is event, that is time based. Able to follow, guys? Jenkins job can be run both time based and event based. Understood or no? Yes, understood or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just remember the highlighted points, or remember these bold ones. Okay, or understand this, you know, the content that is highlighted in a different color or in bold. Okay, content which is highlighted in different color or in bold. Now let us see how to install this Jenkins. Okay, so Jenkins, first of all, it is a Java application. Again, Jenkins itself is a Java application, like JMeter is also a Java application, isn't it? So Jenkins is also developed using Java language, and it can be installed using simple java-jar jenkins.var command. After downloading the var file, it can be installed using multiple ways, and its focus is on two major jobs: building or testing the software projects continuously and monitoring the externally run jobs. Building or testing the software projects continuously, that I explained already, right? What is the meaning of this? Building and testing the software projects continuously and monitoring the externally run jobs means when a Jenkins job runs, right, it has to monitor that job. Okay. And let me highlight, you know, like the important statements. Okay. Right. And this is the command to, you know, java-jar jenkins.var. This is the command to install Jenkins if you want to do it from a command prompt. And 8080 is the default port number of Jenkins. Please remember this. Okay. Port number is 8080. The 8 or 8080. This is the default port number of Jenkins. is the default port number of Jenkins. Now it runs on that port number. Now let us see how to install, you know, this Jenkins and JMeter plugin as well. There is a plugin also, performance plugin on untadi. Now let us see how to do that, how to install that. Okay, so you can go to, can everyone please open a new tab and search for Jenkins installation, or search for Jenkins download and install, or install and download and install Jenkins. Okay, so how many of you are, you know, are Jenkins download for Windows? Search for Jenkins download for Windows, right? And how many of you are having Windows 10 and how many of you are having Windows 11? The process changes slightly. There will be slight changes in the process. So how many of you are having Windows 10 or Windows 11, guys?
Sir, I'm having Windows 11.
Windows 11, okay.
I have Windows 10.
Sir, I'm also having Windows 11.
Okay. So I want someone to share your screen. those who are having majority ఏది ఉన్నది, how which one is having majority, or which how many are having Windows 10 and Windows 11, or what is the software version or OS version that you are having majority of the people? Can you please ping me in the Zoom chat whether you have Windows 10 or 11? So if majority are having Windows 11, I will do it on Windows 11 machine. Otherwise, if majority are having Windows 10, I will do it on Windows 10 machine. Okay, Windows 10, 2 members mentioned Windows 10, 2 members Windows 11. Okay, next others. How about others? Siram Windows 10. Okay, Windows 10 3 people and Windows 11 2 people. Yes, how about others? You know what is your operating system on your machine or no? Don't know. We had 12 people and I got only 5 responses. Okay, so till now we have majority of the people are having Windows 10 only. So anyone having Windows 10, right? Oh, Windows 11 count is increasing again. Okay, anyone having good internet connection and good configuration laptop, please share your screen. Okay, this is almost equal, guys. One of you who are having good latest configuration laptop or good laptop, okay, and good internet connection, can you please share your screen? We'll do that on your machine, because yesterday I did this on my machine. I am already having Jenkins on my machine. Okay, I'm sharing my screen, guys. So let me show you that I did that yesterday, because we this is one second. This is Jenkins URL, localhost colon 8080. So this is Jenkins URL, and I am already having in Jenkins on my machine. Yesterday I did that because we may face some issues if we do it during the session, right? I may face some issues, and this is a new laptop which I am having Windows 11. So that's why I just tried it yesterday. Okay, now so what I will do is if one of you please share your screen, I will do it on your machine. But those who are having good configuration laptop, share your screen, and good internet connection, of course. How do you know whether you have see, those who are having i5 8th generation and above processor, all right, and those who are having at least 8 GB RAM or 16 GB RAM, please share your screen. Who will do that? And how do you know whether you have a good internet connection or not? Yes, how to check your internet connection quality?
Speed test.
Go to speedtest.net, and then how to test it? I am on speed test. How to test it now? Hey, someone joined with display name as Sanjay. Who is this? Can you please speak out? Huh? Which Sanjay is this?
Sir, Rose class question was Venkat Sanjay.
Venkat Sanjay. Okay. Yeah. How to check the internet connection quality, guys?
Click on go, sir.
Click on go, and what should we do? What should we check? Which metric we need to check?
Latency.
Latency. Yeah. Where is latency here?
Ping.
Ping or
Ping
latency.
time. This is important, right? Ping time is important. It should be single digit or lower double digit, isn't it? It is single digit gaani, lower double digit gaani undali. Got it? So ఇది ఎంత తక్కువ ఉంటే, తక్కువ వాల్యూ ఉంటే అంత ఇంటర్నెట్ కనెక్షన్ క్వాలిటీ అంత బాగున్నట్టు. Ping time. This ping time is in milliseconds. Ping time is nothing but reaction time or network reaction time, right? Clear this? Now I don't know why it is showing Thanuku. Okay, but I'm using Airtel internet, and I'm in Hyderabad. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so however it is showing here Airtel as a Airtel internet. Yeah. right? So can you please check your internet connection quality and share your screen, guys? Please make it fast. So it will take some time, guys. We will get some issues. We'll get some challenges. It will take some time. So please do it fast. It's good. Yes. So ping time is 5 milliseconds, which is good, right? Yeah. Now go to, you searched for Jenkins download for Windows, right? And now can you please give me control? I'm sending a request to you. Please give me control. You don't have Jenkins already installed, right?
No, sir.
Okay. So go to this Windows, Jenkins.io download. You land upon this table. Yeah. Now scroll down and there are two things here. Download Jenkins LTS and download Jenkins for, right? So there are two things here. So LTS and long-term support. You can use anything. You can choose anything. And one more thing, you can either choose WAR file, and there are multiple ways, right? As I told you, that I'll show you the simplest way. One way is to use the WAR file. And now what is WAR, guys? This should be read as WAR, not WAR. This WAR kaadu, WAR is. WAR is for web archive. WAR is the short form of web archive. All these are Java terminology, guys. Jar, WAR, extracting that, and all these are Java terminology. Okay. I mean, like when I was doing my MCA, I mean, after my MCA, I did learn Java course in Amirpet, like you, right? Miralaita Amirpet lo, or somewhere you did some course, right? So similarly, I also did my Java course in Amirpet. So that's why I have some good knowledge of this Java basics. Okay. And a code, and I cannot write code now, but because I forgot everything, I don't have practice now. But I know the Java basic concepts required for a performance engineer. That I remember that, right? And now there are multiple ways you can download by using WAR file. You can install Jenkins by using WAR file, or you can choose your operating system. Click on that Windows, right? We are on Windows, and now you can download that WAR file. Installer file, right? You see here, it is showing an option to download that MSI file, Jenkins.msi file. Right now, let me save it. Right. Okay. Now, once the downloading is done, right? So we will run that installer file. There are multiple ways you can run from WAR file. You can install from WAR file, or you can use installer file. Basically, installer file, it will show you the options like next. You will have a GUI. Otherwise, WAR file, you have to extract it from a command prompt and install it. So I am showing you the easiest way that can be understood by anyone. So let's wait till this installer file is that MSI file is downloaded. Jenkins.msi file is downloaded. 95 MB undadi, right? It is showing like half minute more. As a performance engineer, we need to know how to create a Jenkins job. That's it. And how to run a Jenkins job and see the output, how to see the output. So all this theory part is just for foundation, or like what is Jenkins anedi, I just gave an idea. That's it. So but you need not know what are those build automation tools, Mav and Gradle. Those are all not required actually. You should know. And this Jenkins installation also will be done by your network team. You need not set up Jenkins, right? In all the projects. Maybe in some projects you may need to do it, but usually like your network team will be already doing that, or you will already have that setup. Got it, guys? So only thing is you need to know how to log into Jenkins, how to create a Jenkins job, and how to run it. Clear, guys? As a performance engineer. Understood or no?
Yeah, Bhavan. Okay.
And now once you download the MSI file, so go to that downloads folder. Let me go to the downloads folder and now run that MSI file. Okay, Jenkins.msi. MSI is nothing but a Microsoft installer. It is an installer package, Windows installer package. Now double click to run it. And it will ask, like it will show you a notification. Do you want to make changes? Allow this program to make changes and osadi. You may get that. So by default, it will be installed in C program files, right? As you can see here, it will be installed by default in C program files. That means, is it a 64-bit software or 32-bit software?
64, sir. 64.
It is a 64-bit software. Where did it go? Yeah. Now click next, right? So, and make sure that you have enough free space in your C drive. Okay. Go to this PC and see how much, whether you have enough free space in your C drive or not. We have a lot of free space. I think this is 1 TB hard disk, right? 1 TB SSD or hard disk?
SSD, sir.
1 TB SSD. Okay. So we have around 300 GB free space. Super. All right. Now close this. Can you close the task manager?
Yes, sir.
And go to that installer file, back to that. And now observe here. Here, it is showing two options here. So you can use any of those options, but second one is recommended, it seems. The second one is recommended usually. But there is nothing wrong if you do the first option also, if you go ahead with the first option also. But it is mentioned that it is not recommended, isn't it? First I will try the second approach. If that doesn't work, then I will do the first one. Okay. What is the second option? Logon type. Logon type second option is run service as local or domain user, isn't it? Now, what is it asking over there? It is asking to enter, it is asking to enter, account and password, isn't it? So account and nothing but your user account on this laptop. For example, so see, I'll open a command prompt and let me check, what is the account with which you logged in, right? So how to check, guys? ఏ యూజర్ కింద లాగిన్ అయ్యారో ఎలా చూడొచ్చు?
Who am I?
I think this one, right? CHSHA. That is the username. That itself is the username, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So if you type who am I, it will also show that, right? So basically, you need the this is your system name. Basically, this is your domain name or system name. So you need this full form. You need to you need to select that and enter that full thing over here. Okay, right? And then Sharath, can you please enter the password, your system password?
System password. I have. Okay.
You forgot the
I forgot the password. I only enter PIN, sir, while
PIN
starting.
number. Okay. You don't. Can you try to recollect the password? But
Yes,
we
sir.
require that now. Let me stop recording for a moment.
What I remembered, the last password which I kept, that only I
Okay.
entered.
Let us see. Now, no problem. Let us see. Let us click on test credentials button. That test credentials button. Okay. What is it saying? The username or password is incorrect. No, that is not the correct password then. Username is correct. That there is no doubt about that. See if there are any spaces in the account. Previous one low, go to the previous text field and see if there are any spaces. And paina. No, please wait. So ikkada nenu cheppedi. So do control A. Let us do control A and there are no spaces, right? Now, any other password that you remember? Or anyone else is, able to test your credentials?
Sir, for me, it is showing like this account either doesn't have the privileges to log on to this.
Privileges and also. Yes. I also got the same issue yesterday. Okay. That's fine. We will do one thing, guys. Not an issue. So what we will do is we will run service as local system. Okay. Change that logon type to first one, Sharath. Right. And then click next. Not an issue. And now this is the port number, default port number of Jenkins. I told you already, right? 8080 is the default port number. Now click on the test port. Yes, you should see the tick mark. Means what does that mean is, this is the default port number. And, we are verifying whether this port number is already in use by any other program. ఎందుకంటే Tomcat కూడా ఇదే port number వాడుతుంది. Please remember this. Okay, Tomcat also uses same port number. If you already have Tomcat on your system running, right, this port will be occupied already. So that is why we have to test the port and make sure that if you get a tick mark, that means this port number is free for Jenkins. Understood or no? Right? And now click on next. Once you get the tick mark to the test port, click next. Click next. Wait, please wait. So here you need to select your Java, folder. Basically, you need to, see, you can read the instructions here. Please select the path of the Java development kit or Java runtime environment. Okay. Please select path of a JDK or JRE. Only Java 11, 17 and 21 are supported by Jenkins. Now, how to see the Java version, guys? First, let us check the Java version.
Java
So how to
-version.
Java space hyphen version, right? And now you have Java 8. Oh, sorry, man. You have only Java 8 on your machine, right? So first we need to install Java, then Java 11, Java 11 or 17. So Sarath, can you download Java 11?
Sure.
Please, go to open a browser and download Java 11. Below that you have wait, choose your operating system. Windows adi Linux adi. Scroll down, you will see Windows 1. Scroll down. A pie table lone untadi. Windows ani you see somewhere Windows. Scroll down slightly, slowly. Scroll down. Up kaadu, down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it went below only, like, in the Octo Linux. Yeah, here.
There it is. Windows 6 x64 installer అని ఉంది కదా. This one. You can use that one. Windows x64 installer. Yes. Don't have
Asking for account.
Oh, it is asking for a account. Okay. Create account code. Click on create account. Do you already have a Oracle account?
No, sir.
Huh?
No, sir.
Then create an account. I think it is mandatory for 11 anukunta. Fill that form. Let me pause recording, otherwise it will become lengthy, right? So Jenkins require JDK 11 or higher, right? So that's why we are installing that Java 11. Okay. Yeah, click next. Now go to that. Now go to your program files. Yeah, please wait. Go to your program files, C program files. You'll see that JDK 11 now there, right? You should see that Java and first you see a folder called Java. Inside that you see JDK. Yeah, JDK 11. Now copy that path. Copy that path. Now click there and no, and please wait. You can click here. And yeah, now copy the path.
Yeah.
And go to your close this, minimize this folder, minimize this. Yeah, give the path there. Yes, click next. Okay, done. Now click next. Now click install. That's it. So you need to give the Java path, and that you need to select that logon type. So I don't yeah, it is done now. These are the two steps that you will have in that Jenkins installation. That's it. Two challenges. One is you need to select that logon type. Sometimes your credentials, you'll face some credentials when you enter your credentials. You'll face some issues with that. You'll face some errors like your account is not configured, something like that. So that also you can resolve it. You can fix that issue also, right? Now go to your browser. So Jenkins installation is done now. Now go to your browser from where you downloaded Jenkins. Go to that folder. You can close all these Oracle tabs and you can close all those. Yeah. No. So wait. So from where did you download that Jenkins one?
From here on.
Go to the next tab and close that also. Adi kuda close a speed test, close it. And next, you'll have some URL, okay, localhost 8. Otherwise, type it, okay. See the second tab. Thank you for downloading. Yeah, there you have that URL. Close that pop-up, Microsoft.NET framework pop-up. Close. Yeah, close it. And now click on that link. Just click on that link. That is the URL, default URL of Jenkins. Okay. Now it is asking, once you click on that link, we are on this URL now, localhost 8080, and it is asking for administrator password, isn't it? It is asking for administrator password. And where can it be find is, it can be found in this folder. If you have this folder structure, you can find it. but actually you folder structure, you will get it when you use the jar file, you will get that. So click on, like to ensure Jenkins is securely set up by the administrator, a password has been written to the log, right? Now, not sure where to find it, click on that link. If you click on that link, it will show you like, where exactly is that, that log file will be. Okay. Or else I will do one thing. Go to your C program files, Jenkins folder. Go to C program files. Okay. Okay. Please give me control. I'll go there. Go to Jenkins folder. Right. So click on continue here. And now, you have only like, you don't have that. Actually, you don't have that. Wait, please wait. So actually, you don't have this folder structure. C program data Jenkins లేదు ఇక్కడ, because you will get this only when you install Jenkins with var file. But usually you will not. In our case, we will not see this C program data name under. You will not have anything in the C low. You will not have program data or something or Jenkins, right? So what you can do is there is an alternate option here. So what can you do is go to that Jenkins folder and open that log file, this error.log. Okay. And if you open that, you will see that administrator password somewhere in the file, in the log file. Okay. So this is the administrator log password. You see here, Jenkins initial setup is required and admin user has been created and a password generator. Please use the following password to proceed to installation, right? And copy that password. Now go to your browser, copy that password and paste it over there. Go to your browser. Yes, paste that administrator password over there. Yeah, click continue. Right. Now here click install suggested plugins. First option. Go with the first option. Now it will take some time here. I will pause recording. It will take around 5 to 10 minutes here. If anyone want to have a break, you can go and come back. Okay, I'll resume pause recording. What is happening? What actually is happening here is it is installing all the plugins, Jenkins plugins, required plugins uninstall just. And these are the pipelines. See, these are the plugins. These are some of the plugins. Pipeline is one plugin. Git is one plugin. These are different plugins that are required to run this Jenkins. Okay. And there is one more, Gradle plugin, and plugin, etc., etc. Okay. So now that plugins are installed, guys. Now all those plugins are installed. So it is asking to create a admin user and take a screenshot of this. Sarath. So take a screenshot of this so that if you, and also note down the password also.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Done.
So did you take a screenshot? So this is admin user. These are the details of admin user. Okay, you need to remember that username and password, right? And email ID, whatever you give. And now once you give those details, click on. Did you take a screenshot? Shall we proceed to the next step?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So click on save and continue. Now click on save and finish. So it is showing the Jenkins URL. Now click on save and finish. Okay, now Jenkins is ready now. Now start using Jenkins. Click on start using Jenkins. Now once you click on that, you will get the Jenkins console like this. So this is how the Jenkins console looks like, right? And now you can see here, there are some options to create a job and to manage Jenkins, etc., etc. Right? So what I will do now is like, do you have any JMeter scripts, Sarath?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I have.
So I'll create a job. Yeah, I'll create a job, and let's say, for example, you want to run a JMeter script with this Jenkins job. So what I will do is run JMeter scripts. Okay. Or else, we'll do one thing. So suppose, you want to, so once every time a developer makes some code changes, you want to verify your scripts, or you want to warm up your JVMs, right? Means you want to verify your script. Let's say you want to verify your JMeter scripts, right? Why do you want to verify JMeter scripts? So let's say developer made some code changes and sometimes your scripts may break, right? Yes or no? Miro, when developer makes some code changes, your scripts, your existing scripts may break. Yes or no, guys?
Yes, sir.
Konisarlu, not always. Like, but so that's why whenever developer pushes some code changes, we need to verify our scripts. to to confirm whether the scripts are broken or they are working fine. So let's say you want to create a Jenkins job for that, right? You want to create a Jenkins job for that, and you want to run those scripts as soon as the developer makes some code changes, right? So for that you will create you have to create a pipeline. For that you have to create a pipeline. But manaki ikkada developer integration, we don't have that all that integration with the developer and all in place now. So what I will do is I will create a freestyle project. Means I can show you how to run JMeter scripts from Jenkins. For till then I can show you that. But if you want to create pipeline and all, you need to have that integration with GitHub to integration, all that setup is required. So in this case I will show you how to create how to run JMeter script from Jenkins job. Okay. Is it clear or any queries, any doubts? Right. So once you have that GitHub integration and all, you can create a pipeline also by following the same process. You have to select pipeline there, and you need to pass some additional parameters. Okay. So here what I will do is run JMeter scripts job under what does this Jenkins job does is it will run some JMeter scripts. That's it. Jenkins job. Okay. Run JMeter scripts, or else Jenkins job to run JMeter scripts under. I'll call it as Jenkins job to run some JMeter scripts or run some JMeter script. Okay, basically we add all the scripts to one test plan, right? So we'll run that JMeter script, that JMX file. Now once you give some job name, this OK button will be enabled. Select freestyle project. Select freestyle project and click OK. Now a Jenkins job will be created now, right? And now here, once you are done with this, what does this? You can give description of this job. I'll give the description. This Jenkins job runs, so what are the scripts that you are having, Sharath? Application scripts online?
Web tools registration.
No, not web tools. I want, I want any other application, JPEG store or AOS or something.
JPEG
Okay.
store.
You don't? Do you have JPEG store scripts?
But it's not working, sir. I'm getting 500 internal server.
Okay, I'll do one thing. So I'll show you how to create a job here, but I will do it on my machine. Once I create a job, I'll do it on my machine. Okay. So this Jenkins job runs JMeter scripts, right? That is what this Jenkins job does. So you give some description for our understanding. That is for only our understanding. See and observe here. Poll SCM an option. Build triggers. There is an option called build triggers. Means when this Jenkins job should be run is, you have multiple options here. You have multiple scenarios where this Jenkins job can be triggered. In that, you have last option called poll SCM. So what is that? What does that poll SCM does is, it will send a poll request to SCM tool, your source code management tool. And if there are any code changes, then it will trigger the job. Understood or no? Guys, understood or no? Or else you have other options also. Build periodically means this is time-based event. We discussed that, right? It can be Jenkins job can be triggered on two scenarios. One is time-based, the other one is event-based in Japan. So if you select build periodically, it is time-based one. And daily once or weekly once or hourly once. You can set up here. If you select this option, this Jenkins job can be run on time-based one. Okay. This one will be used build after other projects are built, or trigger builds remotely, or GitHub hook trigger for Git SCM polling. So basically, if you click on that, you can read the help file, or you can understand what is that option. So poll SCM means what does it do? It configure Jenkins to poll changes in SCM. That means as soon as developer pushes some code, then this this job will be run. So you can schedule this Jenkins job based on different parameters like this, based on your requirement. Okay. And here, we don't have any integration with SCM tool. That's why what I will do is I will not specify all those options, right? We cannot specify those options. All we can do is, like we need to add, okay, select this, now there will be an option called batch, Windows batch job. Where is that batch job? Add build steps. Yes, here it is. Execute Windows batch command. Okay. I will select this one. So in our scenario, we don't have SCM tool and GitHub and all those, isn't it? So what I will do is I will, create a batch file. Means we have to, batch file means we have to run it manually here. Okay. And here what we need to do give is, first we need to give your, JMeter path. Okay. That is the first parameter. What is the JMeter path? What is the JMeter path on your machine? Can you go to your JMeter folder? Bin folder, sir. So remember, what option I had selected? Windows batch command select chesan, isn't it? So in that Windows batch command, we need to give some parameters. First one is your JMeter bin folder path. Select that bin also. Okay. And now copy that path.
Yes.
Now path copy annappudu, click at the end of that path like this and copy that path.
Yeah.
Okay. And now give here, this is your JMeter, JMeter batch file for path, right? /bin/jmeter.bat, right? And then followed by your -n-t. This is the command to run in non-JM mode, isn't it? And now -n-t, and it should be followed by your JMeter script name. Okay. Can you give that JMeter script name? Whatever script is there, you can modify it later. Understood? So right now, give whatever script name you have. You can modify it later. Are you giving that, sir?
Yes, sir.
But JPEG store unte adi if you have a JPEG store script, give that one.
JPEG store not working, sir.
No, that's fine. You have Advantage Online scripts.
I have recorded, but it is also not working.
That's fine. That's fine. Copy this path. I just want to show you that, running a Jenkins job will be shown on my machine. I'll show it on my machine.
Okay,
Yeah,
sir.
copy that path. I just want to show you what should we give in that Windows batch command, right? And then space, and see here. Don't give that, don't allow that, spaces to be there in the, in the path. Okay. So give, use camel case if you want, but don't give spaces in that path because, it will cause some unnecessary issues. Got it? Sarath?
Yes, sir.
So remove these spaces. And then path lo kelli change cheyali. Ikkada change, it is not enough if you change it here. You need to go to that folder and change all those paths with, and remove that spaces in the path. Okay. So now what is the next step is here. Next, you should give the results file name, -l followed by the result file name. Okay. Now I'll do one thing, Sarath. So click on save. Wait, please wait. So I'll do one thing. So I'll give this results file name also. For example, you want to save the scripts into, hold on. See, don't give spaces like this. Okay, that is not a good practice actually. So recorded scripts low. If you want to separate them, use you are using camel case anyways, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
See, I'll do one thing. So give. Just remove that space in between. What is it saying? We have opened the script, right? Did we open the script anywhere? I could open just some. Maybe you open something over here. User credentials.csv. The file does not exist. No. Okay. The space is removed now. And here also don't, don't give those spaces in the folder name.
Okay,
That will cause unnecessary issues. Alage recorded scripts kuda, right? Again, in the recorded scripts also, don't give any spaces. You can give anyways, when you are using camel case, you can differentiate that. You can differentiate the words, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, suppose, you want to run this script. Now, what you need to do is like you need to give the script path over here, right? Like this. And .jmx, you should give the JMX file name. So user registration.jmx. Okay. Rename select cheskoni, copy that name. Okay. Rather than typing it manually. So you use rename option and copy that script name, so that you will not do there will not be any typos. And I want to, let's say I want to save the results in this folder. So what I will do is I'll copy this path and I will -l and I'll give the folder name, right? Slash, for example, AOS results and AOS results .jtl. Okay. So I'm saving the results into a JTL file, right? What parameters we give, observe here. So, like whatever command you give for running the JMeter in non-JM mode, the same command should be used here. That's it. But you need to give your JMeter bin folder and JMeter.bat file folder here. If you are running in non-JM mode, what you will do? Usually what we do, we go to the JMeter folder, and those who completed JMeter, you know what I'm talking, right? But others, those who are current batch students, you will not know, of course. But this command, this is the actual command. And now once you give this command, right? So basically understand what we gave here. We gave the JMeter path followed by your script path, right? Script path. And what is this -n means non-JM mode. This is the command to run the script in non-JM mode. JMeter script in non-JM mode. We use that -n. N for non-GUI. And -t for test plan. This T is for test plan. And we gave the test plan name here. And then -l means disable the listeners. That is what this -l does. And then we give the result file name. Results file name. Yeah, this is to collect the results. All the test results will be collected into this JTL file into this folder. That is what we gave here. And now click on save. So once you save it, right? Now simply what you do is click on build now. Suppose if you want to run this Jenkins job, so manually, right? So click on build now. Now, you can see here, you can see the progress here. You can see that, you can see the build history, right? So, and if you want to see like, what is the output of this, right? So you go to, you can click on that build history, right? And go to console output, right? So why is it saying here, is 1 second, it is throwing an error basically. Okay. I didn't change this. I didn't change this path. I changed it, right? Hold on 1 second. MGM training. I gave it as MGM training. I had updated that, right? Okay. Okay.
There is one more space.
Hold on. So you can, if anything goes wrong, you can update it here. Click on configure, and then go to that Windows command, right? And here it is. Okay. And JMeter kuda we removed that space, isn't it? And now save it. And now click on build now. If you want to run any Jenkins job, click on build now. And you can see the output over here. You can see the build history here. Now, if you click on that build history, you'll see go to console output, and you can see the output, what is happening here. Okay. So it was started, the Jenkins job was started by this user, and it is building in workspace, right? And now JMeter is started now, right? So, even if you run the test in non-JM mode, you see similar kind of output, right? Creating summarizer, creating the tree successfully, etc., etc. Now the test is done. Okay. And it is successfully run. So, user registration ayinda leda, leave it. Okay. That doesn't matter. No, we are interested to see how to run a Jenkins job and how to run a JMeter script from that Jenkins job, right? And now this is successful. And now it will create a results folder in a results file also here. You should see that JTL file here. Yes, this is the file. This is the JTL file. Understood, guys? So this is how you can run the JMeter scripts from your Jenkins job. Now, like, as we don't have that SCM tool and all that pipeline, right? We are doing it like this. Otherwise, what we do is actually we click on configure. If you are working in a project, right, you will select this one, poll SCM. Now, if you select poll SCM, right, it will, you need to define some schedule here. No schedules will also be run due to SCM changes. So you have to give some, input over here, right? So now what does it do is, when you use this one, what does it do is, whenever there are some code changes, okay, whenever there are some code changes, this Jenkins job will be run automatically. Okay, suppose developer made some code changes and he pushed that code to SCM. Immediately it will be run without your intervention if you select poll SCM. Understood or no?
Yes, sir. If there are some changes, what will happen, sir, in this Jenkins?
Yeah, automatically this your that code will be validated. Automatically that the code building will be done, right? Building that code will be done, and then like your you can run all your performance scripts, or your you can run this. See, what are we doing here? In the description, I gave some description here. This Jenkins job runs the JMeter scripts. And what does this? For example, you added user registration script. So that user registration will, that script will be run automatically. That user registration script will be run automatically once developer makes any code changes. Now, suppose if it pass or fail, for example, fine, the Jenkins script, JMeter scripts are run now, right? And now suppose you want to, once this Jenkins job is run, you run in tarvata, for example, if you want to send an email, you can add that in the post build action. If you see in the add post build action, there is something called email notification, right? If you select that email notification and if you enter your official email IDs, right? This works only when you are working in an organization. If you enter your email IDs, then once the test is run, right, an email also will be sent to that, that everyone in your team. For example, suppose if you give your team members email IDs. So once this Jenkins job is run, right, then an email also will be sent automatically. Okay. And there is another option, send separate emails to individuals who broke the build. Suppose if the build is broken, right, or if the test fails, then it will send an email to those developers and who caused that code changes which is breaking the build, right? So you can send an email, a separate email will be sent, like if the test fails or if the build breaks. Okay, send email for every unstable build. You have a lot of other options in Jenkins here, right? So, but I cannot show all those because I want that pipeline setup and all those SCM tool or GitHub. It should be integrated with GitHub and all that, that setup should be there if I want to show that, right? But this is how we create a Jenkins job. Basically, wait, let me save this. This is how you can create a Jenkins job. Now I'll explain, how to answer your interview questions. Okay. See, this is successful now. See here. So this build history is successful. If you go there, you can click on that and you can see the console output. Okay. Click on that and you see our console output. There it will show you, what is the status of the test. Okay. Now coming back to your interview questions, what questions you will ask? What questions?
Sir, one query I have, sorry to interrupt. So in the is whole SCM, so we need to give the path of that same how we given, no? Like now. So the same we need to give the path, or like how we will give that, sir?
Your SCM tool will have some URL, right? I think we need to give that URL.
Okay, okay.
Okay, I'm stopping your screen share. Thanks, Sarath. Okay. Now let me explain what are the interview questions that you can expect on this concept. Okay. So basically they will ask like, what are the interview questions, that, so what they will ask is, do you have any experience on Jenkins? Okay. Do you have any experience on Jenkins? Or, or they can ask in different ways. Do you have any experience in CI/CD pipelines? Do you have any experience in CI/CD pipelines? Okay. Don't say no here. So instead of that, I'll tell you how to answer this question. Building any CI/CD pipelines, etc. right? Don't say no here, so if they ask like, do you have any experience on Jenkins, say yes. Can you explain immediately? If you say yes, they will not ignore it. I mean, they will not go to the next question. Obviously they will ask, where did you use in your project, or how did you use in your project? Yes or no? So if you have any experience and say yes, if you say yes, they don't leave that question there, isn't it? So they will ask, how did you use Jenkins, or can you explain like how did you use it, or can you explain what is CI/CD? Now you can explain what is CI/CD, right? Yes or no? Can you explain now what is CI/CD?
Yes, sir.
So what is CI/CD? Can someone explain?
Once developer push the source of code like to SCM tool,
Right.
so the continuous integration and continuous deployment will happen.
Should happen. Continuous integration and continuous deployment should happen, because it is a continuous application development is a continuous process. So whenever developer writes pushes some code, so automatically build automation should be done, right? That code building should be done, and all the test also should be done, isn't it? And deployment also can be automated. Deployment also can be automated. Deployment means deploying the code into different environments. That also can be automated. That is CI/CD, right? Now now if they ask you to explain, where did you use in your projects, tell that, like what. So our developers are, our developers make some code changes. See, developers will be working like almost like 10 to 15 hours a day, right? So or they go home and they will connect and connect back, and they will be making some code changes. But we cannot wait for them. So మనం వాళ్ళు code changes చేసేంత వరకు we cannot wait in the office to run our automated to run our scripts, right? So what you can explain is like whenever developer makes some code changes like this, we have this CI/CD pipeline, and what we did is we created a Jenkins job to validate our JMeter scripts. Whenever developers make some code changes, so, we created one Jenkins job to validate the scripts whenever those developers make some code changes. And we created a Jenkins job, and we gave the, what did we do to create a Jenkins job? And what all parameters we gave? Guys, a batch command low, Windows batch command low, what did I give there?
A scripting folder.
Your JMeter batch file, your JMeter file
JMeter
path,
batch.
JMeter batch file path.
Yes.
And then your JMeter script name,
Script path
and then
script
your
name.
result file name, isn't it? And then I have also shown you like, there are some post build actions also. Let me log into. Admin is the username that I gave. Okay. Right. So here what we I created my Jenkins job name is warm up test JMeter scripts. Okay. So here what did we give? Click on configure and you will see those, right? Post build actions and all those options will be there. All the Jenkins job options will be there. And I gave some description here. This Jenkins job runs a JMeter script to warm up the JVM and validate the existing JMeter scripts. Let me explain this one. What is meant by warming up the JVM? So Miru, whenever you make some code changes, right? So, like first time when you run your scripts, it will be very slow. Whenever developer makes some code changes and deploy the code, right, to your test environment, first time when you access the application, or first time when you run the scripts, your application will be very slow. For that, what we do is we need to warm up the JVMs. And like first, like we need to navigate through the application manually first, because first time it will be slow, right? And suppose if you run the scripts directly, right, my response times peripothay, because the application will be very slow, all your response times will increase. So that is why we do the something called warming up the JVMs. మనం అప్లికేషన్ ఒకసారి మాన్యువల్ గా నావిగేట్ చేసినా ఆర్ స్క్రిప్ట్స్ రన్ చేసినా you that from next time onwards it will be faster. So I gave the job name as warm up the JVM and validate the existing JMeter scripts. And now here I gave in the Windows execute batch command, what are the parameters that I gave here? I gave the Windows JMeter batch file path, and then -n-t, and then my test plan name. This is my test plan name followed by result file name. Okay. And then I can also give some post build action. Once this Jenkins job was run, I can enable email notifications. I can send email notifications. Okay. By giving, we, of course, we need to add this SMTP URL and a simple mail transfer protocol. You need to get your SMTP URL in your organization, or you can check it from your mailbox. Mailbox, you can check that. What is your SMTP URL? And then you need to give your email IDs over here, your teammates email IDs over here, and then you can add it to a post build action if you want. You can add a post build action also, right? So what you can explain is like, we wanted to, once the developer makes some code changes, we want to automatically run our JMeter scripts to verify our scripts, whether if any scripts are broken or all the scripts are working fine. So for that, we created a Jenkins job, and we had set up that, that CI/CD framework in our project. So that is what you have to explain. We had developed or if you want, I will write it down the class notes here. Okay. We had developed a CI/CD framework. CD framework in our project to run Jenkins job. Run Jenkins job and Jenkins job. What does the Jenkins job does? Which triggers JMeter test scripts and sends an email to the stakeholders, Okay. So what are the steps in this? Ela chesaru idi? How did you create this? Ante how did we create a Jenkins job? So we select, we are, I gave Windows batch command, and where we specified our JMeter path, command to execute JMeter script in non-GA mode, and added a post build action. Action to send an email to all the stakeholders of the project. Okay. If you can understand this and explain this, that is enough. You can tell that, this is what we used Jenkins for in our project. Okay. If they ask, did you create any pipelines? I did not get a chance to do that, because I did not get a chance to do that in Japan. But this is how we used Jenkins, and I know how to create a Jenkins job and how to create a Jenkins job and all, how to configure Jenkins. I know that, right? And this is how what I did in my project. That is enough for you. Okay. And this is how we develop a CI/CD framework, right? So this is enough for you if you can understand and explain this concept, rather than saying no. And I also explained, like time-based, event-based. So what is this one? Is it time-based or event-based? This example.
Event-based.
This is event-based. So whenever developer makes some code changes, so, like if your Jenkins job is running and running some test, that is event-based. Or if you give some time schedule, then it will become time-based. Okay. Is it clear, guys, or any queries? Sorry. Is it clear or any queries, guys? So, but don't say no. And Jenkins, do you have any experience on Jenkins? And don't say no. Say yes. Yes, I am having some experience on Jenkins, and this is what I did in my project. Clear, guys?
Oh, yeah, Pawan.
Yes, sir. Understood.
Right. And I'll stop it here, guys, for today. I'll stop this for today, and I'm planning to do one more session. That is, one more workshop for free workshop, or free session for LoadRunner integration with Dynatrace. LoadRunner integration with that is a different thing, guys. Don't get confused with this. That is nothing to do with CI/CD framework. So LoadRunner integration with Dynatrace, and what we are going to do is, so there is something called request tagging tool in LoadRunner, or in GitHub we have some request tagging tool. So I'm going to download that request tagging tool and add that and map that, or integrate that LoadRunner with the Dynatrace. Okay, that is what I am. That is the next workshop or next session that I am going to do, and I'll show you, once we add those request headers to in your LoadRunner script, I will run those scripts, and I want to show you those transactions in the Dynatrace. So that is what I'm working on now. Yesterday I worked to some extent. I completed. I had set up Dynatrace, and I shared one recorded session. I'm not sure whether how many of you watched that session, right? Yesterday I have shown you how to set up Dynatrace on your machine. You can do a trial version. You can download a trial version, or Dynatrace provides 15 days trial version, and you can use your Gmail IDs. It will ask for business email, but you can use your Gmail IDs. Okay, it will work. Understood, guys? Able to follow? Go to dynatrace.com, right? Because I am hearing that interviewers are asking, do you have any experience on Dynatrace, right? Those who are attending interview should answer this. Guys.
Yes, sir. We are facing this type of
Right.
questions.
So what so yesterday I gave an introduction to Dynatrace first. What is Dynatrace? What are the other APM tools? What are the advantages of APM tools are explained in this concept. And then you can create a trial account, but it provides only 15 days trial. Dynatrace provides only 15 days trial version. You can see here. Try us free for 15 days. And now it will ask for business email, but you can enter your Gmail. Okay. Can you do that? One of you share your screen and do that just to verify this or just to confirm this. .com and click on free trial and enter your Gmail ID. Just to, so just this is just to verify that, confirm that it will allow us, allow Gmail IDs also. Okay.
Yes, sir, it is allowing.
Yes, you can see a tick mark there, right? That means it is allowing, right? And now you can create an account, give password, first name, last name, job title, and all those details, and you can start your free trial. Okay, but don't start it now, Sarath, because it provides only 15 days trial, right?
Okay, sir.
So don't start it now. So once we start our training, then you can do that. Okay.
Okay, sir.
But it is allowing Gmail IDs also. Okay. And even Splunk also provides trial version with Gmail ID, with your personal mail ID. All right. So I'll stop it here, guys, for today. For this session, I'll stop it here for today. Okay. So
This video will be uploaded in YouTube, like in a free, in public video as well.
Yes, I'll upload this. Let me pause recording. You want me to upload or no? Or you want to share it to you? Only to the participants. Or anything is fine.
It will be better to upload in the YouTube, sir, the public content.
Uh-huh.
Other participants also can see that.
Yeah, sure. I'll upload it. I'll upload as a public video. Yeah. Okay, Zoom recording. So go through this video where I covered one agent installation, but make sure that you have at least 8 GB RAM. 8 GB RAM, and your system should support, guys. Your system should support. So make sure that you have If you're, of course, if you have, if you have old processor, it will be slow, but it will work. Okay. But if it works fine, if you have, it works faster if you have at least 8 GB RAM or 16 GB RAM on your system. And also processor is also important, not only RAM, isn't it? You should have some, if you have old processor, it will be very slow, obviously. Otherwise, it will be faster. All right. So, and yesterday I have shown you, like, how to see the process running, or how to see the, all the process running on our system. And all I explained that in the, once I installed one agent, I explained in this session. So please go through that if you are interested, or if you want to keep Dynatrace also in your CV. And we are planning to start a separate course on Splunk and Dynatrace. All right. So, but by that time, make sure that you have required hardware, and so don't register now itself. You can do that once you start, once you join the training. Once we start the training, and once you join, then you can do the trial version. Otherwise, also no, not an issue, guys. You can see, once you register with one Gmail ID, next time if you want to try, you can try with another Gmail ID, right? You can create any number of Gmail IDs. You already have 4 or 5, isn't it? So you can do that. You can, you can do that. You can start exploring Dynatrace, because every time you can create a separate Gmail ID and you can use that. Got it? You can register with a different Gmail ID every time, because it is allowing Gmail IDs. You can register with different Gmail IDs. Okay. And once you watch the video, please share your feedback. Guys, please share your feedback. If this is a public video, please share your feedback. And I will be uploading this Jenkins session also. So please share your feedback regarding that Jenkins session as well. Right. So with this, I will close the session, guys, for today. And
Pawan, one last question.
yes, please.
So if I want to implement the same Jenkins in my system, I mean Office system, so can I follow the same process what we had just now?
I mean, if you want to create a pipeline, there you need to select, see, when you are creating a Jenkins job, right? You need to select, when if you click on new item, it will ask you provide these options. If you have, like that SCM setup and all, GitHub and all, you need to select this pipeline.
Okay.
Okay. You'll have all these steps. If you Google search, you'll find number of videos on that. Okay.
Okay.
But when you are setting up Jenkins, right, you face some issues. That issues, it's difficult to find solution for that, which I covered today, right? So when you are installing Jenkins, you got some logon type, selecting logon type, etc., right? Right. So there, the options are there. You will face some challenges over there, right? So there you'll not have a straightforward solution there, right?
So we
So
are already having Jenkins script everything. So
if you already have Jenkins in your project, you can, if you want to create a pipeline, you select this one. Or if you want to create a standalone project or freestyle project, you can select this one.
okay.
And even for, when you have SCM tool also, you can select this. See, you can see here, general purpose job type that checks out from up to one SCM, executes build steps serially, right? So once you select this free, you should give some name, and you need to, these step changes, like you need to select poll SCM, and or based on your requirement, you have to select this one.
Okay.
Discard old dispute project is parameters plotted build source code. Or you need to select this one, build after other projects, or build periodically. So based on your requirement, you need to select this option. Only this option varies.
Okay. I'll go through. If any help required, I'll reach.
Okay. And by the way, one more thing. So if you go to Jenkins website, you have a lot of documentation. So go to the Jenkins homepage. You will have a lot of documentation. Go to the documentation section. You can see how to create a full-fledged pipeline here. How to manage Jenkins, securing Jenkins. So go through this Jenkins pipeline.
Okay.
So even I did this by following the same documentation. So I did not take any training from anywhere, right? So you have a lot of videos here. You see here, what is the difference between freestyle and pipeline in Jenkins? You have a lot of videos here, right? So follow this and you can explore more on this.
Okay.
Okay. You see, there is a lot of documentation here, right? Guided tour, Jenkins pipeline, using build tools, pipeline syntax reference, right? There is a lot of documentation here. Okay. Just like go through this video, everyone, because they are explaining what is the difference between freestyle and pipeline. This is important one.
Okay.
Okay. If you face any issues, you can search here. You can go through you can come here and there is also a community here, right? So you can, if you are facing any issues, you can reach out to those communities. Chat. There is let me see what is this chat. General discussion about Jenkins. Yeah. See here, you can see there are a lot of communities where you can discuss or you can post any of your issues or queries, right? Okay, then I'll see. All you have to do is you need to give confidence to the interviewer that you can explore and you can, even though you don't have any prior experience, you can explore and you can work on anything related to your project. That's it, right? That is what interviewer looks for. If I give a chance to this guy, whether he can do that or whether he can explore on his own and whether he can do it or not, or he'll get blocked somewhere. Okay. Whether he'll get blocked and he will disturb me, right? So if you join into his team, so he should not be scared that you will approach him for everything. He should get a confidence that you will be able to explore on your own and you will be able to do the task. You do the task on time. Okay. Okay, guys.
Thank you.
I'll stop it here, guys. Okay.